If TikTok's actually banned, yeah, you might see me in the corner somewhere crashing the out. That's just not how that works. So right now it might feel like a loss, but spoiler alert, you don't lose in the end. Hey girls, we need to talk, okay? You see how I dusted off my camera? I said, oh, TikTok's going away? Yeah, let me get this together real quick. I figured we'd do a little bit of chit-chatting, getting ready, and talking about this potential TikTok ban. And hopefully I can offer some words of encouragement to my fellow content creators, because this is not the end. This is literally all I've been thinking about lately, and how this TikTok ban could literally be life-changing for so many of us. I'm not even gonna lie, there's a big part of me that wants to crash the out. Like literally crash out, spiral, go crazy, lose my mind, because TikTok and content creation has become my main source of income. And I know I'm not the only one who's in this position where I'm like, if TikTok goes away, then so do these checks. And you know what? I want to hold space for spiraling, because I think spiraling is a valid feeling and a valid thing to do in this moment. Y'all, this feels so nice on my skin. Before I went in with this primer, I used the CeraVe Healing Ointment. And I don't know what it is, but the combination of these two feels amazing. I'm looking for my Fenty skin tint. And for the longest time, I felt like this TikTok ban is just not gonna happen. Like, I think the best way to handle this is to continue being delusional. Delusion can get you very far. When the news first came out that TikTok could potentially be banned if it's not sold by January 19th, that was like such a long time ago that I was like, oh, we got time. I want to say it was like in the middle of the summer, because I remember I texted my manager and I was like, girl, if this happens, like it happened, girl, let's just get to work. I'm gonna continue posting, continue acting like nothing's happening. And it's weird too, because after that news came out, I thought that brand deals would slow down and brands were gonna be really cautious about working on TikTok. I feel like so many brands, even today, are just acting like nothing's happening. And that's kind of what helped me stay delusional, because I'm like, okay, well, if they're acting like nothing's happening, I'm gonna act like nothing's happening. And this year has been really good to me. So come January 19th, if TikTok's actually banned, yeah, you might see me in the corner somewhere crashing the out. So that's half of what's going on in my mind right now. The other half of me is like, girl, do you really think that you came this far just to come this far? And the answer is no. Because what do you mean? And this can apply to so many things, but girl, do we really believe that God brought us this far in the race just to cut off the course? No, that's not how that works. When you really think about it, this is just another hurdle. And we are gonna get through it. I look back to my journey as a content creator, and girl, I've been doing this for years. Okay, years. Do you know how many hurdles I've overcome to get to the point where I am today? Do I really think that this hurdle right now is gonna be the end? No. That's just not how that works. If you've been following me for a while, girl, you know that this is not my first time on TikTok. I started on TikTok in 2020 with a completely different account, and I didn't really have a niche. I was just posting videos just to post them, and I didn't quite master the difference between creating videos and creating content. I was just having fun with creating content and just using the platform to take my mind off of the state of the world. Girl, things were falling apart around me. Everybody was dying, everybody was coughing, the grocery stores didn't have anything in them, and TikTok was the one thing that kept me sane. And on a serious note, my heart goes out to everyone who lost someone during COVID, and all the healthcare workers that were just in an impossible situation. And TikTok was just so different than any other platform that it really was just an escape from reality. The girls were doing their dances, there was drama, it was a whole thing. During the pandemic, I also started creating jewelry, and that's really how I started my business. I was making jewelry for about 2 years, and then ultimately I decided I really want to pursue content creation. That's really where my passion lies. So at the end of 2022, so December 2022, so that's 2 years now, I completely restarted on TikTok. And that was one of the scariest decisions I ever made, because I had this following of over 200,000 followers, and here I was going from 200,000 followers back to 0. And that was so scary. Of course there were all these limiting beliefs of well, what if I don't make it? What if it doesn't work out? What if I flop? What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? And then 2 years later, this is my full-time job, you know? And as scary as it was to restart, it's possible and it's gonna be okay and we're gonna make it through. I just refuse to believe that I came this far in the race just for the race to be over. Like, it's not over, it's gonna be fine. I love creating content, I love building community online, and I really believe that this is meant for me. And girl, if you relate to what I'm saying right now and you're really hearing me, then let me just say this again, okay? We did not come this far just to come this far. And I really just hope that this video can be words of encouragement to other content creators, especially those who have TikTok as their largest platform. Right now on Instagram, I have like 5K, and then on YouTube, I have like 1.5K. And of course, in my head, I can look at bigger content creators and compare myself, but why would I do that when we all started from zero? And that's the tea. Because even at the stage that I'm at right now, all my favorite larger content creators have all been here before. And that's just something I have to keep in mind. They've been at 0 followers, they've been at 500, they've been at 5,000, okay? No matter where you are in your journey, you can look up to so many other people who have been there before. And truly just use them as a testament that it's possible and that it can happen. It just takes time. I was actually listening to a video from Aaliyah's Face. I love her videos. And she was talking about short form content and long form content. And if I can find the video, I'll link it and I can share it below. But the gist of the video that I got from it was that, like, if you really want to be a content creator, this is a marathon and not a race. And sometimes it takes years to get to the point where you want to be, but if you're really passionate about it, keep going. Like, I really just love getting on camera and yapping, and I see myself getting on camera and yapping for a long time. So I'm not going to give up if TikTok gets banned, because guess what? I can still get on camera and yap. But on YouTube, I just have a little bit more time to talk. So as I'm filming this video, I think there's like 40-ish days until January 19th. If you haven't already, I would highly suggest starting to learn the algorithm of other social media platforms. So take this time to really study and learn what works on Instagram, what works on YouTube, and like any other social media platform that you want to move to. And start continuously telling your audience to follow you on other platforms, because you don't want to get to like January 18th and you're like, all right, everybody follow me on, you know, follow me on this and follow me on that. Like, no, it's going to take time for people to slowly migrate to other platforms. So start now. And honestly, just speaking from my own experience, I know that I definitely could have started this sooner. I do tell my audience that I'm on other platforms, but I wasn't as like pushy about it. But now, girl, I'm going to be pushy. Okay. If you follow me on TikTok, you should be following me on Instagram and YouTube. Okay. Pinterest and what else am I on? Lemonade. Even though I don't post on there. Lemonade too. Lemonade might be going away too, because it's technically a part of TikTok. Anyway, girl, follow me everywhere. Every platform you see Tanea Marie, you should be following. Okay, girl, because we got to make sure that you're still tuned in. Another thing you should be doing is repurposing all your content. I use this platform called repurpose.io, and there is a monthly fee, but I do think it's completely worth it. This is literally not sponsored at all, but that has been such a game changer when it comes to reposting my content everywhere else. So there's a couple options. You can log in and create like workflows. So I have 2 workflows from TikTok to Instagram and from TikTok to YouTube. Oh, and there's an auto publish setting so that every single video you make on TikTok can automatically go to Instagram or YouTube. But then there's also a scheduled option, which I prefer so that I can actually pick and choose which videos I want to repurpose. So once a week, I will sit down and I will just schedule like a week or 2 weeks worth of content. And I just started doing this for Instagram. At first, I was like, oh, I don't want to post every day. Girl, post your content. Okay. And I'm mainly talking to myself, but I'm also talking to you. I was so worried about, ooh, my high school friends are going to see my content. Who cares? Who cares? Everybody is on social media. Like, if they don't like your content, they can unfollow or they can keep scrolling, right? And guess what? Eventually, you're going to weed them out anyway. And the people who are really there to support you will support you. So that's why if you ever see YouTube shorts and you're like, wait, I feel like I've seen this video, you have. It's just me reposting my content. And even if you decide not to use this app to like help you repurpose your content, you should still be downloading all your videos and just posting them onto other platforms. And to be real with you, I've seen so many content creators grow on YouTube just from posting shorts. So that's an option. And another thing I'll say is that it is so important, especially now, to be financially responsible with your income, because ultimately when you're starting out as a content creator, your income is not always reliable or consistent. And when that brand deal money hits, it's very easy to be like, ooh, girl, what am I gonna get today? And I do think it's important to always save a portion of your income just for yourself to spend however you like, but most of your income should be going into savings and investments and paying off any debt that you have. So I think the next big question that a lot of TikTok creators are thinking is like, where do we go now? I think the two biggest platforms that people are moving over to and starting to prioritize more is YouTube and Instagram. So I know that I will definitely be posting on both, but YouTube will be my priority moving forward. I think ultimately it's just better long term for me to focus on long form content. And I think there's a lot of opportunities to grow and monetize your platform on YouTube. So you will definitely be seeing a little bit more of me on here, as you should. Overall, this is not the end. We're gonna make it through, girls. If you are a content creator on TikTok, I would plan as if January 19th is your final day of work. And I would start prioritizing other social media platforms. And then if it doesn't happen, then guess what? You just have the added bonus of creating community on other platforms. So right now it might feel like a loss, but spoiler alert, you don't lose in the end. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope this video was encouraging. I hope you laughed a little bit. I hope you learned a little bit. I love you girls so much, and you will definitely be seeing more of me. Love you, girls.